if you're seeing this stream, either after it's been streamed or as I'm streaming it, you have been selected as one of the very few people to see me stream Phoenix Wright. Now, I am a professional streamist, a professional amateur streamist, I should say, because as some of you can't tell, I tried to open a Coke and it tried to kill me. So now I have to change my pants. Otherwise, I'll face being made out of conch. And let's face it, nobody wants to be made out of conch. And seeing as there's nobody in my room right now, the only people who are going to know this are the people who watch this after the stream. So, if you know this information, feel free to leave a comment and tell me how, if you've ever spilled a drink on you, if your pants have been made delicious, because I want to know about it. So from here on out, business as usual. So we have Phoenix Wright. Yesterday, for my Streamapalooza, we started it, which is pretty cool, because I have to do some voice acting for it, because not all of it has voice in it. And I'm okay with that, even though my voice acting is trash. Especially coming up with voices and then people going like, oh, it should sound like this. I'm perfectly okay with it, but it can be a pain in the booty pipes. And I don't like it sometimes. But I do it because it's fun. Just got off of work. Said I'd stream the rest of, well, not the rest of it, but some more today. So, by golly gee, I'm gonna do it. I am a shark of my word. Ugh. And 95, because puns are life. And I pretty much subsist off of dad jokes, because they're the greatest form of comedy. And everyone knows that. If you don't agree, you're a troglodyte. And everyone knows the only place troglodytes are allowed to exist is in Conan Exiles. There we go. Now this Coke isn't going to try to kill me. So I'm going to be drinking one of those Coca-Cola orange and vanillas because they're delicious. Don't know if they exist anywhere outside of the US. So if you're not American and they don't exist, sucks for you. Okay. Yeah, I'll start playing a little bit. Shut up. Let's see here. Renzo's here. Good old pig. What are you doing, buddy? You were sleeping like 2 seconds ago. All of a sudden you're awake. As soon as they start consuming something, you're like, oh, I'm awake. Can I have some? I am a pig. Okay. So for the time being, since nobody's in the stream and I have nobody to entertain by my lonesome, I'm gonna break my only stream rule for a bit and join a party. For the time being, if more people start showing up in the stream, that will change, because I don't want to be talking to 2 different groups of people. That'd be rude. So, we'll be joining a good friend, Death Sub Montoya. He has a YouTube channel too. Let's see what he do. Oh God. Jacobu. Willkommen. You have summoned me. Terrific.
I've also called upon the other realm for the Lazirdis Pandith.
Terrific.
We must all talk.
This is great. I'm also doing a stream of Phoenix Wright.
What the hell is Phoenix Wright?
It is the best loyest game to ever exist.
You're streaming on YouTube?
Yes, I am.
I hear him.
So now you're probably gonna be the first person to actually watch the stream, because I promoted it way too damn late, because it took forever to get home. Wee.
Let me view it on my phone.
For sure. As long as audio doesn't bleed into the stream, that's perfectly fine. That's why I don't really join any parties while on stream, because then other people's audio will bleed into my audio and it'll sound like hot garbage. Ugh. Yeah, but I started this, yeah, I started it yesterday. It's Phoenix Wright. It's a great game. It was part of my Streampalooza I did yesterday. Had a few people stop by and watch. So...
I'll just watch on my phone and turn off the audio.
That works.
I can leave.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of Don't Even Think?
Nope. I don't know what it is.
Bruh. Dude, it actually... Okay, where is it? Phoenix Wright. There you go. So, before you go into your thing...
Mm-hmm.
Turn off this volume. It came out yesterday. It's free to play. It's a battle royale game, and I'm thinking, who cares, right? And then I hear the premise of it, and I'm just, oh, it's a battle royale survival game. And like, what does that mean? There's more than one way to win. You can be the last person standing. You can be.
Okay.
Or you can get out through evacuation, which requires you to collect 3 data modules to then call for a helicopter. And once that helicopter's coming down, people are going to be going for it. Now, what makes this different are the survival aspects, such as picking food and whatnot and getting food. Because, Sean, your character needs to eat. Well, I'm gonna tell
Before I forget, I have to take myself off mute.
There he
What's up,
is!
Hey, Azir, have you heard of Don't Even Think? The game?
Don't even think. It's
I
a game.
just downloaded it. It came out yesterday, free-to-play battle royale game, where essentially it's a survival battle royale game. There's more than one way to win. You can be the last person standing, or you can get out through evacuation. One of the known ways I know how to evac is you collect 3 data modules that allow you to call for a chopper, and once you call that chopper, other people are coming. Now, the thing that makes this game different is the survival aspect, which means that you can collect food for health, actually. You can pick fruit off of trees, and not only that, there's a day and night system in the match, and once it hits nighttime, your character's going to freeze to death if you're not fully equipped, and you got to go for a bonfire, and because it's out in the woods. And the thing is, why is there a night setting in the first place besides there being survival? Well, a few selected people who jump into the match are randomly chosen to be werewolves, and once nighttime comes, full moon happens, you transform into a werewolf, and then you're a fucking monster, and you can just run through the map and just murder people.
See, that sounds like it could be a good starting point for like a actual controllable town of Salem.
Is it a PC game or is it for the PS4?
Dude, I have it right now. It's PlayStation 4. It just came out yesterday.
Nice.
What is it? What's the name?
Don't even think.
Well, I'll consider it, and we can play it on stream. For the time being, I promised people Phoenix Wright.
Well, it's free.
And ain't nobody watching, so...
We'll play it another time. We'll all download it. I just want to see how it is.
Yeah, well, I work like a fucking normal human being.
It's fucking... This game, dude. Don't even think.
Alrighty. So without further ado... Guess we're loading. So, you guys are gonna hear my goddamn voice acting, because this game is not voiced, and I voice everyone! Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Maya Fey.
What the fuck?
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
What do you
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder.
Alright, my game's gonna bend.
And we have a witness who saw her do it. I say witness? The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe.
I'm gonna hop out of the chat and watch Sean on my TV and do something really quick on my phone.
Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window here as indicated by this strange thermometer-looking thing. And the cause of, and the cause of death. Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinkest found by the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Young floor plans. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hot evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Boom, here we go. It's real now. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyerist, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, I just threw something at me. What's this? What's this? A paper in the air. What's this? It hit my face. Okay. When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Should have expected Maya to know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I didn't get hit in the face with a piece of paper. I'd like to cross-examine my thing. Whatever. Who? Shut up. Alright, Mr. Duck Gimshoe. Press! Hold it. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know whose. The call was from a customer at the Gateway Hotel right across from the crime scene. Alright, I pressed. Not sure I did much, though. Right. Please continue. There were two people in there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. Last one was shoot first, ask questions later, but it didn't really go too well. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us the two people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyerist, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm gonna question everything he has to say. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With the funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair. You two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I immediately arrested Ms. Maya Fey. Hold your horses and tell your horses to eat dick. Why is that? What's your reason? Why? We had a witness account describing it. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah. If I had heard correctly, you said you had arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? And don't you talk about your pee-pee, because that doesn't count. What? Miss May isn't suspicious. She shares in pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Unless I press every single thing like an idiot. Yes. Huh? Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Boom. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Both of them. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood, even though it looks like Maxa. I think it's Maya, so I'm right. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Schmack, schmack. How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about that, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Boom, here we go. It was fucking Max. God damn it. I knew it. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of a crime with my own eyes. Hold your horses. And how did you find any evidence? And did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. Yo, just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? I did it. The killer. Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed. Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Hold your horses. Detective Gumshoe. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's names? Sure. It happens all the time in books and the movies. This isn't a movie, detective. It's a video game. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal. Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Everyone shut up, I'm the judge here. That didn't go so well. That's right, what he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own 2 eye holes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results show it was the victim's or whatever. There was also blood on the victim's fingy. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. And where's the autopsy? Boom! Oh, yeah, triangle. Detective Gumshoe, there is one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying? Well, what? This isn't one of those lawyer's tricks now, is it? Who else could have... You have it backwards, detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, Detective Ass Shoes. Everyone shut up. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have time to write anything down because they'd be too busy being dead. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Shit.
Shot.
The day of, the day after. Shit. I guess you could say the day after. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being...
Honey.
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya.
No,
that is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Fucking Jacob. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I'm a sham! You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks on the prosecution. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence, even though that is highly not something that would actually happen in court. But it is a game, so we'll allow it. Autopsy report updated by bullshit. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? Darn! This isn't good.
2400.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Schmack! Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? I can't do her goddamn voice. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service, wink. Schmack, schmack. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. Everyone put your penises away. The witness will refrain from any wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom, and their penises. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was like, in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across the street from Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw, and only refer to me as big boy because I'm the judge. Boom, here we go. It was like 9 at night. I looked out my window, you know, and then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was that mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. Or whatever. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy wink. Now what did I say about that goddamn wonton winking? Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... But wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yup. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination, and then I'll crucify Edgeworth, son of a bitch. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Boom, now it gets real. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. Hold your horses. The woman with long hair? That was Mia Fey? Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's her thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. I question it. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Smack! Everyone! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things.
No.
The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think of all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Here we go. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon, I saw it, I did. That clock, that statue-y clock, the thinker, I think? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you, tee-hee? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. It's almost like you're full of shit. Please begin the cross-examination. Again. God damn it. I did see everything, I did. Hold your horses. So, you saw me then too? Of course. I'd remember that spiky hair anywhere. Spiky? The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney. Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry. Very well, continue. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. I see. What sort of weapon was it? That clock, that statue-y clock, the thinker. Hold your horses. Clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. That clock, that statue-y clock, the thinker, I think. The previous testimony must have been which Edgeworth. Shit, I can't words. Wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. I don't squeeze women. I did see everything, I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it, I did. Wait a minute, where's the floor plans? Let's see, so if she ran off to the right, she wouldn't have been able to see her, I think. I mean, did I press her at all the opportunities? Let's see here.
Alright, well, here we go.
So,
It's nighttime.
I'm gonna try this. Use the floor plans. She didn't see it. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations. I've deleted some of your battery for that. I don't think that won over any points with the judge. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it, I did. Hold your horses. Is that right as in your rights, as you looked from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right. It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue.
I was gonna put together.
I'm gonna press this one though. Hold it. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock, the statue clock, the thinker, I think. Did I press her on the sentence? Shit. How would she know it was a clock? Hold on. Boom. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person is in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Schmack! Order, order, everyone. Shut your faces. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Oh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. The fuck I will. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Smack. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. That was close. If he stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Nuh-uh. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have wrong. Your Honor, members of the courts, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork. Schmack, schmackity, schmack. How could you possibly... Just take a look. Right now. Do it. Do it, bitch. Pussy. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Schmack. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have wrong. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat, lying, dumb cunt bitch. Fat? Well, Miss May? I saw it coming. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty? Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible. Of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is... boom. Let's see here. Blah 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 blah. September 5th, the day before. Get bitched on. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Can I have it? Oh, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Schmack! Order, everyone shut up, please. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
This looks important.
Beep. Cell phone has words. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. Ah, I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Beep! Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw the clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts the piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. Take that, get bitched on. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Get bitched on! Oh, excuses not on sale today? Well, I guess we're having a sale on Get Bitched On! Oh. She's going Super Saiyan. Mother. What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Schmack, schmack, schmack. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. oh. Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did, tee-hee. Wink. Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh shit, that face. Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? That is correct, Your Honor. There was no other way she could have known the Thinkist was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock. Boom! This strange mouse. Have a look at this. Ah, ooh, I found this in Miss May's room. Schmack, schmack, schmack. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss May's phone, were you not? Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone was the weapon was a clock was... Do I have to throw the phone at it again? Yeah, it's right there. I'm over here second-guessing myself like a jackass. Boom! I present the defendant's cell phone. Again. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Beep. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Aye. Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. She looks like she's gonna stab someone in the throat. It's creepy. I'm not gonna try to even vocalize that. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Hadouken! Why did you tap her phone? Eh. Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping relevant? She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Schmack, while this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone? Huh. I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. She read my thought bubble. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. You can't be serious, no way, with your Belle Delphine-looking ass. Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 o'clock at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service? Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. Iced coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink. Ergo, the witness was not at the scene of the at the scene at the time of the murder. Gap! Schmack. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on this current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're gonna let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Boom. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. I became brain dead. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I think you've something quite low enough already. Objection! I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into the question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer. Thus, she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Boom, let's do it. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Huh. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in the business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call around 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Don't mind the fact that this picture has me looking at her boobs. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Because he's a bellboy and he's good at it. I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in the murder now, Maya will be finished. Quite. Boom, let's go. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in the business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for a nice coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. Hold your horses. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed the details several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9 o'clock, then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 o'clock p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that he be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd really like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You are sure that it was Miss April May herself? And not some alien spy? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? I know those tits anywhere. I mean, yes, sir, as in abso-very-lutely. So very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir, more like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait! Please wait! Yes, does the defendant have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Objection! Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgelord. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. I have to activate my face-down card. I'll ask him about check-in. Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in, Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me? What exactly was the disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with another there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're not normally supposed to mention. Or that's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. I got dumb. Sorry. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if it wasn't specifically asked, sir. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man's. Correct? Yes, Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was... Boom, shakalaka, the man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My... What a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? You bitch. After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Schmack. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Schmack.
And I bang my tiny gavel.
Gavel smack, my signature move. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? So desu ne. I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? No, he wasn't. He was big gay. That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Trying out this new game that just dropped.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see.
I don't think you turn into a werewolf.
But I got a great lead in today's trial. You would like to order a double cheeseburger with extra buns, please? We see the extra buns part already passed. So you might have to wait a little bit until some more buns come in. But you can see what you can do about a double cheeseburger, but it won't be right away because I don't have Postmates. Lead? The man with Miss May. He's the key.
No?
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center right now.
Probably just
I may have to go
throw
down
them
there later and punch her in the mouth. Anyways,
or just sit out here and bring the Switch.
this
and
case
work
is
on
far
some
from closed.
challenges.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you
Drink a
think
tea.
he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry.
You should
I'll
have
find
a
it by
tea.
tomorrow. I promise. Go tell me later. I'm sorry, Jonah. I can't do that. I don't have the big gay. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Boom chaka. I don't know how much good this will do to me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free.
What?
To be continued! Oh! Boo, boo, boo. And boom, here we go. I guess this is a good stopping point because it's a little late in the day. But I'm going to try to do this one daily when I get off of work, at least for the next 2 days. See if people like that. So, for the time being, this is going to be the end of this stream, the episode 2. It's not as long as the first one, granted, but this case is massive. So, the next stream, I think we're going to finish it, because the next stream is going to be tomorrow. I don't want to make it at 11:30. I want to try to do it as soon as possible. But we'll see about that when we get to it. I do work nights, and it's big stupid. So, this is going to be the end of this episode. If you guys liked it, whether you're watching it live or you're watching it afterwards on the YouTubes on my channel, because my YouTube is trash. I hope it was a good episode. I hope you liked it. I hope my voice acting isn't absolute garbage, because it's... because I'm not practiced. I just goof off with voices all the damn time. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back at this tomorrow. I'll use my Snapchat and my Instagram to keep you guys in the loop about it. At least when I'm about to start streaming and around what time I'm going to try to stream. So, that being said, see you guys tomorrow.